Hello everyone, good day. My name is Star, and this is some Team Fortress 2 gameplay. For all you Minecraft people, just to set the stage, on the very bottom of your screen you will notice that there are 5 little icons, and those are the control points that you need to capture in order to win this match. There's a control point that I'm walking over right now, but they cannot be captured in just any old order. You have to go to the midpoint first, which is a very important battle. You can see my team is already on it, indicated by the number of people on it and the slowly turning onto red. I am on red team. It is a very important point to capture because usually everyone will meet there at once because you've just both spawned. You can both meet up there and it is a very big battle, and if you win with a significant advantage, it enables you to be able to easily pressure the other team and go ahead and capture the very next point right after that. It was a very easy capture. Nobody really died on either team, but that means we still do have the advantage, so we're still pressing forward, and I want to make sure that we're able to win this as quickly as possible. Because if you do not try to win these types of 5 capture point matches as quickly as possible, especially in matches like this where there are about, I think there were 12 people on each team, it becomes very, very easy for the other team to set up a lot of defenses on the very last point, and it can drag on for an incredibly long time. So you want to make sure you don't even give them the time to do that, or give them time to even think that they should be setting up on the last control point. You just want to get there and get it done as fast as you possibly can. The medic just activated an uber charge on me, which nullifies all damage. Pretty bad time to use that, but I can't really complain. We didn't really need it. It would have been nice to save it for the last point. Like I said, it is usually very easy for teams to set up defenses on the very last point, and the very last point is usually the hardest one to capture because they spawn right there, and just the way these maps are usually set up, it is the hardest point to capture and control in most situations. So let's talk a little bit about what I'm actually doing. I am using the Brass Beast, which is a pretty bad weapon. Most people accept it as such. It takes a longer time to spin up than the default minigun, but it does a little bit more damage. The other drawback, the really big one, is that you can barely walk while you're holding this thing. You pretty much become completely immobile, and it only does about 20% extra damage, which in most situations really won't help you that much. You're either going to instantly kill someone with a minigun, or you're just going to annoy them, and that's pretty much the same for this weapon. But I was really on a streak dedicated to get some good use out of this weapon, and the main idea that I had was that if you use the shotgun to remain mobile and actually chase down people and kill them, and only when you're ready to take a defensive stance you start using the minigun, it actually becomes a pretty cool weapon. There's still a lot of situations where I'd rather not have it. It is pretty bad, but not as bad as a lot of people will say. The shotgun is a completely underused weapon for heavy as well. It's pretty much, a lot of people completely forget that it's there and to use it. As long as you have a pocket and you don't need to constantly throw sandwiches down for yourself, which will heal you, is a very good option to just give that up and hold the shotgun, and while you're running at people you can take some shotgun hits on them. When you actually are ready to set up that defensive stance, you've got a very powerful minigun to help back you up. And to jump back into the actual gameplay, we are right about at the very last control point. I get stabbed in the back by a spy, but right afterwards my medic kills him with his saw, and we capture the point right after that. Very convincing win, and let's do one more, same exact map. This is actually a different server on a completely different day that I played this, but it is exactly the same setup because I want it to get more than one of these. Still using the Brass Beast, though my medic is now using the Kritzkrieg, which enables you to do double damage for a certain amount of time. Quite the opposite of the regular minigun, which gives you invulnerability for a little bit of time, but extremely powerful nonetheless if you use it at exactly the right time when there are a lot of people in front of you to kill. Just talking on MSN for a second there, because that is also another pro tip to this game, is, you know, talk on MSN while you're playing. That always helps you kill tons and tons of people. So we're running in here, taking a little bit different path. Midpoint is still very important to capture, but it's taking a little bit longer in this match, but you can see we've already gotten a significant defensive little stature here than the other team. They're pushed back a little bit, so we are ready once again to continue the assault. For those of you not familiar with Team Fortress 2, it is a very team-based game. You can see in all these matches I've been working very closely with a medic. I work with this medic all the time, so I actually call out the Uber here in order to kill them. I probably didn't really need it, but I wanted to make sure that those medics absolutely did die, because in the same sense that we're working together and getting huge success with it, taking out a sentry there as well, you want to make sure the other team cannot utilize their medics. You want to go after them first, then engineers. They are very big targets for you to take out. That allows the your team to push forward much easier. And my medic even called out a spy there. It looks like I had amazing Spider-Man reflex and just knew that he was there behind me. But that is teamwork, the most overpowered thing in all of this game. That's why it is called Team Fortress 2. 9 classes in the game, so working together works out very well when you use stuff and do other stuff. In just a moment, we are going to be trying to assault the very last control point. Once again, we've already pushed up that far and held them back. It is, like I said earlier, usually the hardest point to capture unless you can get a significant lead on them in momentum. Right here what we're doing is trying to charge Uber before we actually go in, and now I have double damage, my gun is glowing, I'm trying to kill as many people as I possibly can, but this is exactly what you should not do. The Brass Beast is actually a very bad person to Uber. Especially with crit streak, especially actually with the regular Uber because they can't really walk. What I should have done there is continued with my little shotgun strategy where I could have continued to walk forward. Crits on a shotgun is still very, very powerful. Very awesome to do that. It's just, it didn't click in my mind. I'm much more used to having the regular minigun, but here is a good example of why the Brass Beast is awesome. I'm pushing them back with the shotgun, having mobility, but now that I don't really need it anymore, I take cover behind this barrel and just really, really go to town on these people. I don't have much of a reason to move around because I have perfect cover and medic behind me and tons of people in front of me to just kill them all. And we are going to take that lead of all those people we just killed in order to go on to the last control point. The other medic used the crits on a soldier. I get this crits, and it is pretty much good game. Game over, nothing they can do as I'm standing out front of their spawn point, and congratulations, we've won. If you enjoyed this video, go check out my channel where I have tons more of Team Fortress 2 videos. There's a link right there. I appreciate everybody watching, and